Good morning.
Good morning.
Andrea, you're in the hot seat. You have
Yep, I am. Here I am in the hot seat.
you guys are in for a treat, but like in our new typical fashion, let's go to the book of truth and let's see where we land today. Enlightenment. The real meaning of enlightenment is to gaze with undimed eyes on all the darkness. Wow. Interesting. Um, what I want to share with you guys that Andrew doesn't know we're going to talk about as we start this conversation was I actually was part of Andrea's conversations when she came to Compass. And what I found really interesting about Andrea was I asked her all the reasons why she was going to come to Compass. And then I asked her all the reasons why she wasn't going to come to Compass. And what was your realization, Andrea, in that moment?
Say that one more time.
Remember we're having that frank conversation, and I believe you're on your farm.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm fussing at my team because I'm not seeing any of them that they're in this meeting. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So sorry for the detour. When I was struggling with a decision to make a change, and which was completely an aversion to risk, more than anything, probably, you pointed out to me that every hesitation I had, they're blowing my phone up. Every hesitation I had was about someone else. Every reason I had for coming to Compass was for myself, but every hesitation was about someone else. And it was the real epiphany and the driving force for me to pull the trigger. Yeah.
And thus, I want to introduce you, Andrea. Andrea is somebody I admire very much. And, being part of her journey from pretty much the first day over the last 6 months has been nothing short of incredible. Andrea is somebody that just shows up with so much positive energy, has so much to give, and has really just stepped out of her comfort zone and just embraced everything that she wants to do. If you meet people that are like all in, she's like, if I'm going to do it, I'm all in. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. So, I wanted Andrea to share that part of her story first, because before she goes into who she is and what she's done great about business, the reason I brought that up is I want us all to ask ourselves, where are we in our lives that we need to do something for ourselves, but all the reasons that we're not doing it to further ourselves, our families, our business, our health, our lives are all based on things that other people are going to think, feel, or do. Because at some point, we have to make the tough decisions, right? And everyone has a decision that they have to make like this. And I find these decisions come in every part of the day in all different shapes, sizes, and forms. So, Andrea, I hope you guys can get some inspiration out of that and how she made this move. And before we start talking about this incredible journey and all the fun things you do, and there's a cinematic portion of this interview that we'll have and share with some of the stuff that Andrew's done. Tell them about like who you are, where you work, and stop being distracted from your team members. Who's here?
Yeah, I want to. Well, I am in Cypress, a suburb of Houston, Texas, and we primarily work everything from the center of the city out northwest, everything from high-rise lofts downtown to farm and ranch outside the city. So we're all over the place.
How long have you been in real estate?
I got my license in August of 2016.
Nice. So
brand new baby. Yeah.
So let's start this conversation about getting out of your comfort zone. How many people here are comfortable being on video camera? 3. As Julie shakes her head, Julie works individual with me and sent me a message that says that I woke up in a sweat in the middle of the night because of all these videos you told me that I was going to do. Andrea, when I told you how to do videos, what did you say at first?
I don't remember what I said, but I wanted to kill you and cancel my contract.
There it is.
To be fair, I'm still not comfortable. I've just decided I don't care anymore. I'm going to maybe be awkward, rock back and forth, repeat myself, like whatever. I don't care anymore. I've decided to just embrace it. I am who I am. This is what I look like. If you meet me in real life, I will still look like this. I will still sound like this. So we just got comfortable with being uncomfortable, you know.
And really when we started this journey, right? What was the whole point of doing it, right? Was it just to make a video for the sake of video or putting content out there? Someone loves your accent, so do I.
I heard that.
What
People
was the purpose of all of this? Like, tell everyone a little bit about like what we decided to do, how you went about it. Because look, there's a real opportunity that Andrew's going to share how she's actually taking advantage of this in the market to support local, right? Like 1 out of every 4 small businesses is closing in the country, right? There's a real problem here. And every one of us has the opportunity, right, Andrew, to be the voice for their community.
Right. And it was twofold. So as far as our production numbers on our team, we were at, ranked with the best of the best, but I would look at those other people and realize that folks in our geographical area recognize their name, but might not know mine. And we wanted some brand recognition here in our geo farm. But also, my very best friend bought a toy store here in this zip code 2 weeks before the lockdown. And I have friends who are in the restaurant industry and small businesses and boutiques. And we've been trying to support them, whether it's a toy drive for kids in need that we run through the toy store and things like that. We had done that on a small scale. And Chirag showed me some of his videos from back in the day and said this would be the perfect fit, the perfect solution to both of those challenges and both of those goals. So he gave me some great advice to go find a kid in the film program at a local university. I found a graduating senior who is unbelievable. He joined our team as a part-time member of the team, and he shoots for us every week.
Oh, that's nice.
So, and how many places have you done so far?
8. I think about 8. Yeah.
What was that
It's
one
been
thing?
fun to watch. Huh?
And what was that one thing that you came to the coaching call? You know, my friend said to me and said, I am what?
Oh my gosh. So a friend of mine saw a comment where I had ordered something from a local chef, and she was just like, oh, you want one? I'm so honored, and like really carried on. And a friend of mine sent me a screenshot and said, what in the hell is going on? You are Cypress famous. and then since then, I've sat down. We're in a really neat commercial development area where my team office is, and I've been on the patio, and somebody leaned over from the next table and said, hey, I follow you on Instagram, and things like that. So we're picking up traction. And honestly, compared to a lot of things you can do for lead generation or brand recognition, it's been really, I think it's going to be a really good return on my investment.
So one of the things I want you guys all to point out is this is what you call evergreen content, right? The content never goes bad. When somebody moves to a community and they live there, they're thinking about 3 things, right, Andrea, that we went through: explore, experience, dine. Have you thought through the content through the lens? And I know everyone's going to want to see a sample, and we are going to show samples for video.
We did think some about the content. I don't know about in other parts of the world, and some of you guys may not use title companies the way we do, but the big desk calendars, it's like a desk blotter that nobody wants, that they drop off. Well, we used that, and we went ahead and planned weeks and weeks of content. So we've got local events are a little tough right now, but we do have local events on standby. Local restaurants, local boutiques. And here where we live, we have master plan communities, big, large developments. And we've chosen families that we've done business with in these neighborhoods to highlight the neighborhood amenities. So we try to mix it up. We found that when we choose a business that's already a beloved neighborhood favorite, we get more views. And when we make sure we have children and families, people are going to share things that have their kids in it. So we usually end up somewhere between 18 and 22 shares of each video we share directly from Facebook. We were sharing the YouTube link on our first couple. Chirag set me on the right path. After that, we've been just posting directly to our Facebook wall. And it does fluctuate. Our highest views right now are just under 8,000. Our lowest are in the 2,000. And places with food seem to get the biggest attention. I saw somebody ask how many members are on the team. There are 7 of us, 7 of licensed agents, including myself. And then we have a marketing manager who's really essential in these videos. She takes some branded team swag as a thank you afterward. She's helping us work on press kits we're starting to do for each business. And then we have a business manager who we also informally call our chaos coordinator. And she helps with some of that as well. She's running the business end most of the time, but it is a little bit of work, and we are having to redirect how we spend our time. So she's been really essential in getting this going too.
And how much money are you spending boosting these posts to get that many views?
Almost nothing. $50 to $100 on a boost, and that's it. Yeah, I've thought about increasing it. Or increasing the time. What I've been doing right now is we release these on a Thursday. I do a 4-day boost for $50 to $100. I started at 50 and then I started at 100 just to see what would happen. And but I'll tell you, the best boost that we've got is free. So there are, I don't know if you have this, but we have different neighborhood Facebook pages, different, there's the Cypress area foodies. There's, different neighborhoods. There's Ask Cypress. There are specific days of the week that you can promote businesses. We try to make sure we share the link to the video on our Facebook page to these community pages, and we get a lot of traction that way as well.
So what I want you guys to all pay attention to, right? She's been doing this for 8 weeks, right? Like this is not like a 6-month project. This is not like make this more complicated. Literally, to get started, go find a kid in a local film program that just has free time. And what I find is hiring kids, right? Or young adults, I would call them. We don't call them kids. I've never liked that. These young adults versus these production companies is somebody in their early 20s will relate more to what a video is supposed to be like on social media than somebody that's a 35, 40, 45-year-old film production person, correct?
Oh, and he was incredible. And I did have to weed through the professor that Rachel, my business manager, reached out to, put it out as a broadcast. He didn't handpick his shining stars. So I got this great kid with a digital resume with a link to his portfolio and all his equipment. And then I got another kid that I had a conversation with about how organized he was now because he got a wipe off calendar for Christmas. So you may have to weed through a little bit, to find the right fit. But my guy, we've really, I'm appreciative to you for that suggestion.
Look, reach out to professors and ask who they recommend. And the only reason I'll give you guys some context, right? It's not that I have all these great ideas. I actually did something like this. So I'll put the name in there. If you go to Facebook and type in Lifestyle Westchester, you can literally go in there and just rip the whole thing off, right? Like when we did this, it's the same blueprint. I'm sharing my learnings with Andrea. Our videos were getting viewed for, I think it was like 100 hours a month on Facebook. Our Instagram page grew to almost 20,000 people. And then we took all the learnings, right, of like all the things that we distilled down. And that's what Andrea has done. And like, tell her about collaborating, Andrea, with the local food bloggers. That's another big thing.
Yeah, that really helped. We do have a couple of active Facebook posts about, local food and local flavor. I'd connected with one of those ladies and asked, what do you have going on? Who do you have that needs help? And approached it from that direction. So one of our videos, it's the one I shared with you that got our most views. It was a soft opening that I was invited to through them, and they're really good to share as well, and allow me to share whenever I want. So, she's also, got some other grand openings and things like that to invite us to, and they're very appreciative. No one has acted like I'm doing this for me or for my brand recognition. Everyone has said, thank you so much. Thank you. We need the support. Thank you. And that kind of thing.
So here's the other thing. Now let's talk about connecting the dots, right? If you're in Andrea's SOI and she says, hey guys, here's the inside look to this new restaurant before anyone else does it. Now, what does that do for Andrea? Right? The next iteration of what we're going to start doing to drive more traffic through her email to her social media pages is starting to do raffling off gift cards. Tag 2 friends, follow the page. It just organically grows. You know, what I want to do before we show a video is, how has this made you feel doing it?
It was really scary. And I realized that there are phrases I repeat, that I have gestures I repeat. You know, I mean, they're going to get better every time. But it has really helped get our team in front of the community. And everybody's thrilled. It's made me feel very loved in my community. Almost every business that I've approached has been super eager. I've had a couple who, for whatever reason, couldn't manage it at the time, but we've really gained a lot of traction doing it, and it's gotten easier. You know, our first few, we sat down and we had outlines and planned things, and then I realized that my videographer is so good that I can screw up 20 times and it's still going to be okay. You know, they'll edit, it's fine, we're not live. So it works out.
Look, I want to excuse me, I want to share a couple things with everyone in here. As you guys all work with your marketing managers at Compass, branding is a big thing. For those people that are new in an area, like, people need to see the brand, see the brand, see the brand. And it's like, look, it's why companies spend all that money for Super Bowl ads, for billboards and everything else. And I'll ask Andrea these 2 questions from Colleen in a second. But you can't use real estate math on stuff like this, right? Like, so what is real estate math, right? I sent out 1,000 postcards. I got 4 phone calls, 2 appointments, and I made 1 sale. That's real estate math, right? But I always say, when a lot of you guys have been here for a while, is what's a lifetime value of a relationship, right? Because now Andrea is in front of all these business owners. Can they get her real estate stuff? Can she contact them? Can she ask them if they know anyone that's looking to take advantage of the market? She has now earned authentic relationships. And then you take it to the next level. How much foot traffic did these people have in their businesses, right? No one else they knew in their life did this during this time. So this is your time to position yourself as, everyone's like, I want to be the go-to realtor. I don't know what a go-to realtor is. I want to be the community expert, the neighborhood person. How do I do that? This is the blueprint, right? But how fulfilling has this been for you in the process, right? Like, once you get past the point of like making it about yourself and being nervous, like, what kind of joy and connection have you got out of this in meeting the people?
I've gotten to meet new people. We just had the video that's coming out tomorrow is a ice cream sandwich shop. And they struggled during COVID and were closed for a couple months and reopened. And I got to meet them and they almost cried that we were willing, you know, tears in their eyes that we were willing to do this for them. And then on the flip side, yesterday, I got to be with clients that I consider influencers in my business that have been fantastic to recommend me and for referrals. I got to spend time with them and video them talk about their community and let them know they're important to me. So I've really, over the last couple of months, had a lot of opportunities to renew existing relationships along with creating new ones. One thing I'm working on right now is making sure that we have, I'm sorry, I'm easily distracted. One thing we're working on right now is
pinging, please turn the ping off.
I don't know how. It's on my computer and I don't know how. But one thing I'm working on right now is making sure that I have all these businesses very well tagged in my Compass CRM, because there's so much we can do with them in the future, or get enough of these together and have a mixer when it's safe and things like that to look forward. Chirag also gave me a big assignment yesterday of offering to some of these businesses to 3D map their business and get that on Google Maps. What's it called? Matterport. Yeah. And I actually own a Matterport camera, so I'm probably just going to hand that over to my videographer and add that to his duties. And then you can put that on Google Maps. So my hope is 6 months from now, 9 months from now, the local businesses and neighbors will really see us, front of mind in our community.
So here's what I want everyone to do. I know you guys all know Rachel because the magic here happens because of her, not me. And I want you guys to email the questions you have about this to her so we could just distill all the information together in one place. And since everyone seems like they want to know more about this, I will add a session on, I will add a session. We could actually probably do an entire week on this, multiple sessions, because you're not going to get through this all in 30 minutes. So we'll set that up for you guys. And if you'd like, we could do it this month and we can start doing it. Now, here's the part about the Matterport camera. And you guys could all thank me forever for this right now. What you don't realize is Matterport, those 3D views, like if you go look at a video, it'll say the business name, it'll say provided by or created by underneath it. You put the Josh Muncie Real Estate Group at Compass, or you put your real estate thing, every single person that's clicking that restaurant will see it. They can put it on their website. We're going to work on creating foam boards that says you could visit us on 3D. Think about how relevant this is. And this is what will make the business tied to you forever. And what people don't know, it's always in the details. As Josh, I see him nodding his head. Guess what you can do with these? Matterport fully integrates with Google Places Street View. So when you do that, every time there's street, you could integrate it into Google Street View for them. I see Ryan's light bulb just went off. So every time someone goes into one of these local businesses and they go to Google Street View, they're going to see your name, right? You could keep track of the analytics. You're hosting the thing. You're covering the cost of doing this. And if I was an agent, I would go all in as fast as I could in doing this for as many businesses, because then I would own my community, right? I'd be creating these foam boards and putting, like Andrea put the Andrea Curran real estate team on there. And so everywhere people go, they're just going to see this name and see this giving, see this innovation. So I think this is what we would say, right, Andrea, the future.
Yes. And I'm excited. I'm really excited about it. And it's really been a good piggyback on our brand, that we want people in the community know that we're here to serve and that we want to leave Cypress better than we found it. And so your whole plan with the videos, the Matterport, all of it just falls right into that. It's been scary though. It's been scary. You just have to do it. Yeah.
As I tell Andrew sometimes, if you're scared, get a dog, and she tells me that she has 5. So, so let's pull up a video, guys. No more waiting. So hold on. Everyone can see the video? Yep. All right. Can you hear the?
We're here at Half Baked Cookies soft opening in Cypress. This is a very special soft opening. Stephanie Ferreira began this as a home-based business, and due to the popularity of her cookies, this has grown to quite a Cypress favorite. Stephanie, could you tell us a little bit about how you started?
I started because I wanted cookies one night at like 11 o'clock at night, and I wanted some hot ones delivered, and there wasn't anybody that did that. And I'm like, I'm gonna start a cookie company. And my husband's like, you're crazy. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And I did it, and it just took off. It's just been fabulous.
One of my favorite things about Half Baked Goodness is the personalized note you can get on the inside of your box. I've had friends send them to me when they know we're maybe having a rough day or a hard time.
I have to say, there's been so many times where I've personally delivered cookies to people, and they just start crying when they see that note. Cookies just bring joy.
Could you talk about your primary cookie recipe?
They're huge. They're 6-ounce cookies. They're about the size of your hand. We weigh them out and cook them. They're gooey in the middle, hard on the outside, and I love gooey cookies. So
my personal favorite is just the standard chocolate chip, but I see a lot of talk about some of your other flavors. What's your most popular flavor?
Praline, they call that the crack cookie. That one's very good. Creme brulee has grown very popular.
So you're open every day from Monday through Saturday, and you have delivery all those days?
Yes.
That is wonderful. That could get us in trouble.
My absolute favorite thing about the Half Baked Cookie Company are their awesome shirts, half baked, right? But I also like their cookies. Check that out.
So one of my favorite things about Half Baked Cookies is they're delivered fresh to my door. They're warm, they're gooey, they're delicious. And then also Stephanie behind the cookies. She's an amazing friend. She's one of the most generous souls, and I just love getting to know her and having her treats.
Stephanie, we're just so excited for you that you've graduated to a brick and mortar, and we're so happy for Cypress to be here for you and to support you. What would you say is your very favorite thing about living in Cypress?
Oh, the people. I love the people.
There are no people like Cypress people.
There are no people like Cypress people.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks.
I hope you guys aren't seeing my horrible calendar.
Too late.
We saw it. We're triggered.
Well, there's my life. So look, if you see, like, one, Andrea does a great job on that interview.
We stop planning what we're going to say. We just roll with it. So, you know, your first few, you'll plan and you'll fret and you'll worry and you'll brush your hair better, but you'll stop that. Then you'll start flying by the seat of your pants, and it works out just fine too.
Yep. All right, guys, look, the other question is, how many, Colleen asked, and this I think is very prevalent, what do you pay your videographer?
I pay him $2,000 a month, and we do one video a week, but sometimes it's a one and done, and he rides out here and we shoot for an hour and he leaves. This week we're doing a big neighborhood and have a lot going on with that, and he may come out several times, so it's just kind of a flat rate.
And the other thing is, have you got any direct sales or leads or stuff out of this, or it's more been about branding, getting your name out there and reinforcing what you already do?
None yet. No direct referrals yet, but I do anticipate we will, because we're building relationships. So that's a little different than a pay-per-click kind of lead. You know, you're going to build a relationship. It may take a little longer, but then it's going to be rock solid. So I would think within the next 6 months, we'll start to see some things, because it's not just, you know, we're interacting with the business owners and we're building a relationship with them, and then with their clients and their regulars. And then also even further out on the rings of the tree is just our name being seen here in the community.
So look, it's three of my favorite words, right? Discipline, consistency, patience, having a macro view. Marina, she pays them monthly. So if you pay people monthly, they're more likely to give you a better rate than on an individual video, because they know it's an ongoing commitment. Listen, thank you so much for, you know, sharing your story, showing people what's really possible. And I encourage you all to get to know Andrea. She is a trip. I look forward to her calls every Tuesday, because it's like literally like going into Forrest Gump and that scene on the bench. Like, you know, every call is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
I was on my best behavior this morning. I want you to know I behaved for you in front of everybody.
I'm hoping you come a little slightly non-PC like you normally do, but she did do a good job. She's like, she's like, if we were all in a reality TV show, she's like the wild card that you just don't even expect to just come out and you're like, really? So Marina's inspired. Look, I want to leave you guys all with this note, and I'll put this, Marina will send everything out, but if people want, look at her page, look at my page, but even more than leads and everything else, I want to leave you with this note on a very serious note. People in your communities really need your help. If you've ever grown up or know somebody that owns a small business, that place is their entire life, right? Like, and I might get a little emotional talking about my parents here, but I grew up, my parents had a stationery store, right? My mom's like, we built a life for you guys selling pens, pencils, and notebooks one at a time. You know, they would open their store at 7 o'clock in the morning and they'd leave at 6 o'clock at night. And you could imagine with the values of commercial rents and everything else, and COVID and the government dictating when they open and close in different areas, people really need help. And I encourage all of you to step up and become a voice in your community, because you have an opportunity to really make a difference in their person's lives. Do you know how good any of these businesses are going to feel? Oh, I saw your video on Facebook and now I'm coming here to check that out. I don't even know that lady that owns that half-baked place, but as a consumer who doesn't like sweets, I feel very connected to her story, and I feel her passion and energy and all of this. So there's a far bigger picture than what we just do for business. This is a great way to grow your business, grow your brand by helping other people. And this opportunity to be the community voice. Listen, when businesses are doing great and thriving, they're not going to always let you in like this. You're like, oh, I'm busy. So now's the time to really start mining what you're doing, thinking about the big picture. And all of us, I encourage you to go out and make a difference in your community.
I want to see them when you do. I can't wait. We'll all do it.
My page is just go on Facebook and type in Lifestyle Westchester. If you want to see Andrea's stuff, type in the Andrea Curran Real Estate Team. Follow her on Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere else. And we will put multiple sessions about doing this together for you guys. And Andrea, you can be my co-captain on this.
Okay, I'm in.
All right.
Once a teacher, always a teacher. Yeah.
Teachers make the best volunteers.
They do.
All right, guys. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Go out and make a difference, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.